Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new member to the G.I. Joe Classified series. This is Parth Wolf Spider Varma. He is now part of the elite special unit of Night Force. So we're going to be taking a look at the figure, accessories. We're going to talk about Night Force. We are going to talk again about a growing problem that plagues Night Force in one of the figures so far that I can tell. So you ain't going to miss this information. You ain't going to miss this review. So sit back and let's take a look at Wolf Spider. But first, let's take a look at the packaging for all you package collectors. Here's the front of the box. It looks cool. We got the new character Wolf Spider rappelling down from a Black Hawk helicopter to perform some type of rescue in a night situation. Looks pretty cool. Love the artwork. Here we are with the back. He's 109. 6.2 inches. He has a spider on his shoulder. That helmet looks fantastic. We're going to talk about that helmet too. Bottom of packaging, well, there's nothing to talk about there besides aggravation. Here inside a box, nice artwork of the character. Looks really cool. And this side of the box, QR code, stats. There's the top of the box. Bottom of the box. Your PC. You want to copy that down. This is a Walmart exclusive. Good luck finding them in stores. Probably more or less on Walmart.com. You probably have a better chance there. Alright, here is outside the packaging. You've probably seen this review of this character from months ago from some YouTubers because they get them from China from this individual. I'm not giving out people's names. I don't really care, but in advance. But I'm doing this video for your purposes of information because there is issues with this figure that I haven't seen anybody else talk about so far. So I want to bring that to light, and we're going to talk about Night Force and some other things. So let's take a look at the figure. He looks pretty cool. I mean, overall, the yellow is out of place. I mean, if you're in a Night Force and you're in a night situation, you don't want yellow fluorescent colors on your outfit that says, hey, look at me, I'm hiding in the bush, shoot me right here. It's like walking around with a flashlight on your head and you notice your enemies are out there looking for you. So, makes no sense to me. So the color pattern of yellow is just out of place. That is my first thing I noticed about the figure. What kind of as a negative, besides something else that's plaguing this, which we'll get to here in just a few seconds. So the head sculpt on this guy is pretty cool. I don't know what, this doesn't give me a G.I. Joe vibe. This gives me a Cobra character vibe. The balaclava mask just looks sinister. It looks evil. It looks mean. It doesn't sell me on. The name doesn't sell me. Wolf Spider is not something I can imagine a G.I. Joe code name being. G.I. Joe's heroic. They're badass but heroic. But this comes across to me as a Cobra operative or maybe a double agent. But according to what the information we have, he's not. But the head sculpt, I mean, it's pretty cool for what it's worth. I love how that balaclava mask looks pretty mean. I mean, it's nothing special about it all the way around. It's just the way it's squinched kind of here at the eyes and connected in the middle there. Like he's very, very pissed off. Okay. Well, that's about it for the head. Like I said, the vest, it has a green, which is okay. The Night Force gray. There's no black on this character, which is kind of weird. We have some kind of blue optics here that kind of matches this other piece we're going to take a look at. We talked about the yellow just out of place. So, you can see the yellow around his cuffs here. This is interesting to have 3 straps on a pistol case. That's pretty cool. And then you have 2 over here. That really makes him look unique. I like that. Has a pad here on the side. Pistol case there. I like the knee pads. They're kind of cool looking. It's like a very dark flat gray. It's not black. This is boots. Okay, so in the back here, It has the pads on the back. Alright, so for articulation, head can look down pretty decently. The stationary, the neck is articulated. You can do side to side head movement, so rotation 360. There's that wonderful insignia. I do like it, just not for G.I. Joe, but he's a Joe, so it's part of our team. That's what brings me to my aggravation. Now, I just did a review for General Hawk. Guys, check that out. It's pretty cool. And I did a review previously for one of his other members, Night Force Big Ben. These shoulders, these butterfly joints, are the plague of the Night Force, and it's spilled in the General Hawk. Look how just nasty that all looks inside. That just floats around in there. This is a bad design. The gappage, the looseness, and that cylinder piece that's floating there, the collar that hugs the top shoulder there, this piece here. I mean, it just looks horrible. So I'm going to bring in Big Ben, and I'm going to bring in General Hawk. And you can see they use the same arms. I was hoping that they would not use this when I first had Big Ben, and then when I did General Hawk, I was hoping this sculpt, these joints die off. Fortunately, it looks as it's going to plague any of the characters that they're going to use that arm and shoulder for. Now here's Big Ben. You can see that is exactly the same arm because of the cuff on the sleeve. Don't let this fool you. And you can see how bad that piece floats around in there on both sides. And we can bring in General Hawk here. You can see how bad that is. And that is the same arm used for all three characters. Definitely can see it plain as day. I know that this has this piece, this little pad here, but that must have been added. It's, unless that's just a separate piece from here, and they just added the center piece. I don't know, but you can see the cuffs are the same. And those nasty shoulders are just terrible. This kind of throws you off, but it's the same design. It really is. This is terrible. It opens up so bad. The gap reach here. You can't see it on the side of General Hawk because of the strap. But this one here also. The gap reach floating around in there. And it's the same problem with Night Force Big Ben. It's a terrible design, and I hope the next Night Force character is Tunnel Rat. So we should be okay with Tunnel Rat because we already have this, a V1 version of Tunnel Rat. We want him, and so we should be okay there. But we have a lot of Night Force characters they need to get to, and it's starting to worry me about this whole issue with the shoulder. So we'll go back into Night Force here just in a bit. But let's take a second look at his articulation. His arms do rotate. Got the butterfly joints that we know of. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. It's pretty good. This hand rotates 360. Has it up and down on that hand. And I believe it's the same on that hand. Not sure about the chest. Obviously, there is some kind of chest articulation there. Oh, this actually rotates. I get a figure that rotates. Wow, that's new. Drop down hips. Thigh cuts, 360 here. He can sit very well. Maybe can sit in a Dragonfly for a HasLab and do a special mission. Double jointed knees. It's kind of fused. I've got to heat those up. Oof, that's not as bad. Boot cut. Feet to pivot down. Pivot up. Ankle rotation. Give you like that rocker appearance. Man, I'm telling you what, this is that whole shoulder thing just irritates me very bad. The whole Firefly thing and the whole shoulder, it's It's getting ridiculous in my opinion. So those the 3 figures that I know to have that shoulder problem. So let's go ahead and get into accessories. We do have his backpack. Is this Falcon's backpack? I don't remember. Green rope, green 2 water cans. Again, yellow radio. Place for his knife. Very thick, very heavy. Just a solid piece of plastic. There is no reason that we have functioning backpacks. How much space is here? We can open this up, put a hinge here, open this up. We can put some of our gear in. And he has gear he can put in there, like his rope and his pistol and his optics. Could all go in there. It'd been a very nice enhancement to this. So staying with this backpack, he has this antenna. Green antenna. Kind of folded over there at the top. And that just pegs right here. Quite stiff. So that looks. And then we have his knife. Silver blade. Handle looks good. Set this aside for a sec. His hands are pretty decent toleranced. For once, can he hold his knife backwards? You sure can. It looks pretty awesome with that blade, especially with that face expression or mass expression, should we say? Pretty cool. And then there's obviously a place to keep it, which is here. Let's just hope it doesn't, come off too tight. Well, not too tight, but it is loose. So if your figure falls over, your knife is going to take a walk on the wild side, so be careful with that. At least could be just my copy. I dropped it and the knife flew all the way off the table. How about that? Alright, I had jumped into the void. If you ever dropped a weapon, you know what that means. I got the knife back. Let's try this again. It sits in there, and then there's a peg on his back. And it's very tight. He does become a little back heavy. Kind of what that looks like. Obviously the antenna is a little taller than off the camera, but it's an antenna. And if you guys want to see it, there you go. Okay. Okay, it has some string, which is going to, aka rope, that's all kind of like bundled up. So it's just basic string. We're kind of used to seeing that from like older figures. He has a mask, which again, this does not come across as G.I. Joe tech or gear. This gives me a Cobra vibe. I don't know why. I really think this should have been a Cobra character if you wanted to bring this guy into the line. It fits relatively nice over the head. I'm going to take his backpack off so it doesn't give us a hard time here during our review. I got the Cyclops look. This blue kind of matches the blue on his shoulder. And it fits really nicely. So I don't like this. So it'll go into my case where he goes. And so it doesn't get lost. He comes with a helmet. Now this helmet's going to be interesting. You can see here we have a mic. This piece doesn't look like it comes off. It is sculpted on maybe. So we have some green headphones here that's non-removable. There's a lot of sculpt in this helmet. We have the yellow here again, out of place. The headset to stay in communication with the rescue team. We have this piece for his optics here that's connected. I bet we're going to see this helmet a lot, especially with sneak peek, hit and run, and probably crazy legs. I'm betting we're going to see some. If not, this reused again. Some kind of retooled piece, I'm betting. Now it comes with an optics. Has the green lenses. Has this little piece here that kind of just goes onto the helmet. Now, This isn't a universal piece in a sense. You have to reposition it every time you want to. Use it in different positions. So here, if you want it all the way up against the helmet, you got to put it like this. But you can't bring it all the way down. It comes out to like there. That's it. So you can't flop it down to the eyes. You have to take it off. Which this is quite soft. And then you have to rotate it. And you can get it down in front of his eyes like that. But you can't reposition it back to the top of his helmet. It kind of hangs out right there. It's a different style if you're looking for that. It's definitely worth noting. And the heads up, this is a pain in the butt to get on this character. Because I don't see anywhere this comes off. That actually sculpted all the way on. And you can see me trying to push it down. It's just mush. It's soft, but it's not, the diameter is so small. I'm afraid of tearing it. Even getting it on and getting it down under his chin, it might be a pain to get it off. Even popping the head off and putting it on, you're going to have your head stuck in there. You're going to have nothing to grab. I'm not going to put it on at this point because it looks to be a pain. So I did let that for you guys to discover. I can already tell that it's going to be a pain in the butt. Now his firearms, he does come with a pistol. No draw barrel. Old school, one of those. Is this a Viper pistol? Again, Cobra Viper pistol. If you're going to reuse parts, you should have some kind of, education on what you're doing. Know your parts. I know repaints. Reused parts are, the money maker for companies. But damn, make them work. Make them make sense at least. In this case. So he holds it decently. Face right here to keep it. Fits it very nicely. That's not coming out like his knife. So that's a good sign. Here is his shotgun. I like the shotgun. It's a little warped. The plastic's thicker than we usually see, not too flexible. Draw barrel. We have some rounds here on the movable stock. Now you can go up like that. There's a hinge here. And that piece. Go down about that far. So I'm not sure. It won't fold down any farther. Or what the purpose is this is besides breaking off and you losing it. So it's a pull heavy, almost like a tombstone type shotgun. So at least at the barrel. So did that just happen? See that? Unnecessary. It doesn't do anything. It has no functionality. That was that back piece that fell off. But he can hold it. Or it's cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's stuff like that. Unnecessary parts. It doesn't do anything. I don't think aesthetically it doesn't really do anything for me at least. But you guys, I can't even find it. There it is. And unfortunately it just pops back on. But it doesn't have a great hold. So be very careful with that part. So let's go ahead and talk about potential releases for Night Force and potential problems that I am foreseeing. Let's hope I am wrong. But I doubt it. So let's take a look. So we have Tunnel Rat coming, which we should be reasonably sure that he's going to be pretty good. The only difference is going to be the overall colors. So next up, which is probably going to be a problem, I'm betting this is going to be probably the next release, unless we have some kind of out of the park release from Hasbro, is going to be the Night Force Shockwave. Now, if you ever seen my review for Shockwave version 1, he has bad knees. So that's going to be our problem with Shockwave. So he'd probably be our very next one with bad knees. And then we may get Night Force Falcon, which I believe is a leader Night Force, which everybody hates that head sculpt. So we're going to get, are they going to wait and give us a new head sculpt, or are they just going to repaint that Falcon and give us as is? So we have a problem with the head sculpt on Falcon. And then we have Outback, which I have Outback. I'm betting those are the 3 next Night Force characters that'll be a Walmart exclusive. Unless, like I said, they came out of left field with something else. Unfortunately, we don't have any other known sculpts for the remaining members, which is Sneak Peek, which I believe that helmet is probably going to be reused. We have Psych Out. We have Crazy Legs, which that helmet is going to be probably retooled or reused. Charborough. We have Repeater, which don't have any of those characters in the pipeline. Lightfoot, Muskrat, which would be great to get. And then obviously Spearhead and Max. I could see that coming relatively sooner than some of the other ones because they are definitely pushing the animal lines with we have Snake Eyes and Timber, Spirit and Freedom, Shipwreck and Polly. Now we have Mutton Junkyard. We're getting Nognahide in his boar. So yeah, Spearhead and Max with his Bobcat. I can see that happening very soon. So what do you guys think? Do you guys feel that you're okay with all these QC issues, poor design? I'm not sure if it's a QC issue because it's just a sculpt design issue, in my opinion. So hopefully, they don't take this bad shoulder sculpt and add it to the Firefly waist that we have, the version 2 Firefly, that terrible bobblehead waist part that they have. They have bad parts they need to get rid of and never reuse again. I hope Hasbro, if somebody's watching, spread the word. Let's not get any more of these characters with these bad parts. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. How you guys feel about these QC / bad sculpt parts issues, potential releases for the Night Forces. What would you like to see next? What do you see becoming next? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.